For years, Ross Geller gave his friends countless reasons, whether it was his awkward date, strange decisions, or unforgettable accidents. Ross somehow managed to turn every situation into. One day, Ross found himself waiting in a coffee, hoping a blind date would arrive. Instead, he was left sitting alone while his friends watched the disaster. But if there was one thing Ross never lacked, it was confidence. Even after being.
He kept trying, proving that optimism can survive even the most embarrassing moments.
Of course, dating wasn't the only area where his friends never let him forget some of his most ridiculous childhood. From dressing up in his mother's clothes as a kid to being teased about old, Ross often became the center of attention for all the wrong. Every embarrassing secret seemed to find its way back into conversation.
Then there were his attempts at romance. Whether he was trying to impress a date with intellectual conversation or showing off his knowledge, things rarely went according to plan. Sometimes his nervousness would completely take over, leading to awkward silences and unforgettable moments that only Ross could create. One of the funniest examples came when Ross decided to whiten his teeth before a date. Wanting to look perfect, he left the whitening treatment on far longer than recommended. The result was a set of teeth so bright they practically glowed in the dark. When his date turned on a black light, Ross instantly realized he had made a terrible mistake. Instead of looking attractive, he looked like a walking flashlight. But Ross wasn't only known for dating disasters. He also had a unique talent for making simple situations much more complicated than necessary. Whether he was buying an expensive sports car he barely needed or obsessing over a book he had written, Ross found a way to create chaos where none existed before. At work, Ross was a respected paleontologist and professor. Yet even there, he couldn't escape awkward situations. One moment, he would be passionately discussing dinosaurs with students, and the next, he'd be dealing with strange interruptions that completely destroyed his serious image. His friendships were just as memorable. Chandler and Joey constantly teased him, while Monica never missed an opportunity to reveal embarrassing childhood stories. No matter what happened, Ross always seemed to find himself at the center of the joke. Perhaps one of Ross's most famous traits was his ability to overthink everything. A simple conversation could turn into a complicated emotional crisis. A casual date could become a life-changing event, and a small mistake could grow into a problem that affected everyone around him. Despite all the jokes, however, Ross remained one of the most loyal friends in the group. He cared deeply about the people around him and was always willing to help, even when his efforts didn't work out the way he planned. Over the years, fans watched Ross experience countless ups and downs. He celebrated career achievements, survived embarrassing moments, navigated difficult relationships, and somehow kept moving forward through it all. That's what made Ross such a beloved character. He wasn't perfect. In fact, he was often his own worst enemy. But his awkward charm, genuine heart, and endless determination made him unforgettable. Whether he was making people laugh with a disastrous date, glowing teeth, a strange costume, or one of his many awkward speeches, Ross always delivered memorable moments. And that's exactly why, years later, fans still can't stop talking about him. Ross Geller may not have had all the answers, but he definitely gave us some of the funniest moments in television history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more classic Friends moments. Ross Geller may be one of the smartest people in the group, But he's also responsible for some of the funniest moments in Friends. From disastrous dates to awkward conversations, Ross always finds a way to make things more complicated than they need to be. One of his most unforgettable moments happened when he decided to whiten his teeth before a date. Hoping to impress, he left the whitening gel on far too long. The result? Teeth so bright they glowed under a black light. Instead of looking cool, Ross looked absolutely ridiculous. But that's what makes Ross so lovable. No matter how embarrassing things get, he never stops trying. Whether he's dealing with romance, work, or his friends making fun of him, Ross always keeps going. Ross Geller always finds a way to turn a normal day into a disaster. Before a big date, he decided to whiten his teeth for the perfect smile. But he left the whitening gel on way too long. Later that night, under a black light, his teeth glowed.